What if I told you that there is a country in the world where time stands still? Welcome to North Korea. Nestled in East Asia, North Korea is a land of enigma. Its narrative woven with secrecy and isolation. Overshadowed by a thick veil of mystery, this nation stands apart, its unique character often misunderstood due to limited exposure to the outside world. As we delve into this hidden world, today we will unveil 10 shocking facts about North Korea that you probably didn't know. The 10th fact takes us to the heart of North Korean culture, their unique calendar system. The North Koreans follow a calendar system known as the Juche calendar, which stands out from the Gregorian calendar used by much of the world. While our calendar counts from the birth of Jesus Christ, the Juche calendar starts from a different pivotal point in history. The Juche calendar begins in 1912, marking the birth year of the founder of North Korea, Kim Il-sung. To them, this was a revolutionary year that set the stage for the establishment of their nation, and thus, it's their year one. When we transitioned into the year 2000, they were celebrating Juche 89, and when we celebrated the start of this decade, they were ringing in Juche 109. The divergence of timelines is a fascinating reminder of how different cultures perceive and measure time. So, in North Korea, this year isn't 2024, it's Juche 113. Fact number 9 takes us underground into the depths of the Pyongyang Metro. Now hold on to your hats because this isn't your everyday subway ride. Delve with me into a subterranean world that stretches an astonishing 110 meters below the city surface on average. That's right, the Pyongyang Metro is one of the deepest metros on the planet. The reason behind this remarkable depth? It's not just for transportation, but it also serves as a bomb shelter, a chilling reminder of the country's tumultuous past and uncertain present. And the journey doesn't stop at the tracks. Picture this. Ornate stations adorned with chandeliers and murals depicting the country's history. A stark contrast to the bare, utilitarian designs we often associate with metro systems. It's a journey through time, history, and ideology, all while traveling from point A to point B. A ride to remember indeed. For fact number 8, we hit the road. But not just any road. We're talking about the mystifying highways of North Korea, which are often very different from the bustling roads we're familiar with. Picture this. Vast stretches of well-paved highways sprawling across the country, but with an eerie tranquility. The reason? An extremely low number of private cars. Yes, you heard it right. Despite the impressive infrastructure, the roads remain largely empty. Owning a car in North Korea is a luxury few can afford. The majority of the population relies on public transportation or bicycles to get around. But it's not just about the scarcity of vehicles. These empty roads also serve as a stark reminder of the country's tightly controlled society, where even movement is restricted. So next time you're stuck in traffic, spare a thought for North Korea's highways. Imagine driving on a highway all by yourself. Fact 7 takes us to the World Wide Web, or perhaps the lack thereof. The internet, as we know it, is virtually non-existent in North Korea. Instead, the majority of North Koreans have access to a closed national network, known as Kwangmyong. This intranet system is a world away from the boundless information highway we're familiar with. It is heavily censored and monitored, offering a limited number of websites that are strictly controlled by the government. Imagine an internet without Google, without social media, without the freedom to explore and learn. Now, there are indeed a privileged few who have access to the true World Wide Web, but they are few and far between. This is an elite group consisting mainly of government officials and the ultra-wealthy. In a world where the internet has become a necessity, North Korea remains a digital hermit. Fact 6 reveals a chilling aspect of North Korean law. Now imagine a rule so ruthless it doesn't just punish the offender, but their whole lineage. This is the 3 generations rule of North Korea. Here's the terrifying reality of this rule. If a person violates a law or is sent to a prison camp, the repercussions don't stop with them. The punishment extends to their children and their grandchildren, thus affecting 3 generations. It's a brutal strategy, designed to instill fear and ensure absolute obedience to the state. This law isn't just about punishment, it's also about deterrence. The idea is to discourage potential dissidents by making the cost of dissent unbearably high. This isn't just about an individual's actions, it's about the potential impact on their family, their loved ones, their future. The consequences of a single misstep could reverberate through generations, a chilling testament to the extent of control exercised by the North Korean regime. A truly harrowing rule that punishes not just 1 but 3 generations. A Fact 5 peels back the layers of North Korean propaganda. It's a vital cog in the North Korean machine, a powerful force that shapes the very fabric of the society. This isn't your average spin or media bias. Rather, it's an omnipresent entity, etching itself into the minds of the citizens from the moment they learn to read and write. The North Korean propaganda machine paints a picture of an idyllic world, a utopia under the benevolent leadership of the ruling Kim dynasty. It's a narrative that's woven into the very fabric of North Korean life, dominating everything from education and entertainment to news and public spaces. But the purpose of this propaganda isn't simply to glorify the regime. It's a tool of control, a means to suppress dissent and maintain absolute power. It fosters an environment of fear and obedience, where questioning the status quo is not just discouraged, it's dangerous. In North Korea, propaganda isn't just a tool, it's a way of life. Fact 4 takes us to the grand spectacle of the Arirang mass games. In a breathtaking display of unity and discipline, as many as 100,000 performers participate in an orchestrated extravaganza of gymnastics, dance, and acrobatics. This is not merely a sports event, it's a kaleidoscope of color, movement, and sound that tells a story, often celebrating the history and culture of North Korea. At the heart of the performance is the card mosaic, a stunning visual effect created by thousands of students flipping colored cards in unison to form intricate shifting images. The mass games are held in the world's largest stadium, the Rungrado 1st of May Stadium, with a seating capacity of over 150,000 spectators. The scale, precision, and dedication involved are truly awe-inspiring. A spectacle like no other, the mass games are a testament to North Korea's love for synchrony and spectacle. Fact 3 explores the cult of personality surrounding the Kim dynasty. Now, the concept of a cult of personality may seem alien to many of us, but it's a lived reality for the people of North Korea. The regime has carefully crafted an image of the Kim family as divine, infallible leaders, weaving it into every aspect of society. From a young age, North Koreans are taught to revere their leaders, with tales of their supernatural abilities and heroic deeds becoming a part of the national narrative. This doesn't stop at mere tales, though. The reverence is deeply ingrained in the societal structure, with portraits of the Kims adorning public spaces and homes, and loyalty to the leaders being a matter of national duty. This cult of personality is more than just a political tool. It's a mechanism of control that touches every facet of life in North Korea. A nation under the spell of its leaders, the cult of Kim is a defining characteristic of North Korean society. Fact 10 takes us to the edge of North Korea, to the demilitarized zone. It's a paradoxical name, really, when you consider that the DMZ is one of the most heavily armed borders in the world. This 4-kilometer-wide buffer zone stretches 250 kilometers from the Yellow Sea to the Sea of Japan, separating North from South Korea. Despite the serene appearance of untouched nature and wildlife thriving in the absence of human interference, it's a deceptive tranquility. Beyond the birdsong and rustling leaves, the area is a high-alert zone, laced with landmines and guarded by thousands of soldiers on both sides, ready for combat at a moment's notice. And yet, the DMZ has become a peculiar tourist attraction, with visitors peering into the Hermit Kingdom through binoculars from observatories on the South Korean side. It's a stark contrast that highlights the volatile history and ongoing tension between the two nations. The DMZ, a haunting reminder of the division and tension that still exists on the Korean peninsula. And now, the most shocking fact about North Korea, the human rights violations. An oppressive regime casts a dark shadow over the nation, where instances of torture, execution, and arbitrary detention are not uncommon. Imagine living in a world where your every move is monitored, where your words are not your own, where the mere act of expressing an opinion could lead to severe punishment. This is the chilling reality for many North Koreans, where freedom of expression, assembly, and movement are severely restricted. Every day, people live in fear, their lives dictated by a regime that values control above all else. The harrowing tales of defectors paint a grim picture of life within the country's borders. From labor camps to public executions, the people of North Korea bear the brunt of these egregious human rights violations. A dire reality for many North Koreans, this fact serves as a sobering reminder of the hardships faced by the people of this secretive nation. These are just a glimpse into the enigma that is North Korea. From its unique calendar system to the 3 generations rule, the power of propaganda to the cult of Kim, Each facet is more surprising than the last. The Pyongyang Metro, mysterious roads, the Arirang mass games, and the astonishing internet restrictions further illustrate the country's enigmatic nature. The DMZ stands as a stark reminder of unresolved conflicts, while human rights violations continue to raise global concerns. A country shrouded in mystery, North Korea continues to baffle and intrigue us. Until next time, keep exploring and keep questioning.